What's up, guys? Matt here. I'm back, and we are playing Ninja Gaiden for the NES. We picked up the story in Act 3, where Ryu has run into Walter Smith, his father's old co-worker, you could say. And this is where we find out some more information about these statues that have been sort of thrown into, or sort of given, I guess. Apparently Walter and Ryu's father, Ken, have worked together in the past. They were on an expedition of sorts to some old Amazon ruins, and they found these statues and a stone tablet, and it said... well, he didn't finish that sentence. They uncovered a plot that sort of gives the story more depth. As you'll see, there's a lot of plot twists in this story, but I'll be quiet here for a second. Shinobi? Shinobi! There was a game on Sega, I believe, called Shinobi. Wonder if that's a reference to that. Shinobi fought this evil demon and defeated it and put the body of the demon into these two statues, Light and Shadow. And if you want to apparently, Spider-Man over here picks up the Pokeball, takes the Shadow statue. After him, Ryu! Actually, that guy looks like Father Time. He's so old looking. And this is Act 3. From here on out, the intensity and the plot level just rockets, skyrockets. I don't use the Ninja Stars that often. I picked it up there, but I really don't use them. Actually, I hardly ever use them anymore. But there, you can get sort of jammed up. You're going to see me doing a lot of stuff, and you're going to be like, how did he do that, or what did he do? That's actually not something that I've just done really easily. This whole level right here took me about, for this part, 3-2, took me about 40 tries to actually understand the exact nuances of how to beat it. I mean, probably not 40, maybe like 15 to 20 is more accurate, but literally, it's a lot of tries to actually do what I'm doing right here, to know when and where each of these things spawn. To know what to do in this spot right here, you have to actually play it 4 to 5 times to know exactly when to jump and when not to jump. These bazooka soldiers are pretty easy if you wait for them to shoot, and then you attack, like I did there. They'll die. If a bird, they're actually called eagles, if a bird attacks me, I usually use my power-up to kill them, because birds are extremely annoying and will take 3 of your health. This boss here is called the Basquer. The technique I use, you'll notice a couple spots. You see where my head is when I'm attacking on this side? It's right underneath that rock. That's usually where I attack from. I'm on this side. It gives you the proper distance to destroy these things he's throwing. And on this side, I usually try to put my head right underneath that white dot. To give you the proper distance to destroy those little projectiles, I guess, he shoots at you. So there's 6 acts, 20 levels, and actually the speed record times I've looked at is about 13 minutes. People beat the game in 13 minutes. It's pretty fast. I couldn't do it. So he gets the demon statue back, and he runs back to Mr. Smith, Mr. Anderson, and he has apparently been petrified. So they kept one of the statues in order to stop anyone from awakening the demon. that shinobi I'm gonna say encased, so they could never be pulled together. There's actually a secret sound test you can do in this game. If you go and press down and left plus AB before the push to start button that pops up at the very beginning of the game, you can get a sound test and go and play through all the sounds. It's pretty cool. I'll actually have that at the end of the very last video so I can show you guys. Also, I have a cool little glitch that I found that's pretty weird. When the Blues Brothers show up here, after that little conversation with Mr. Smith, which basically tells us that we're going to go and stop whatever is being planned to do with these statues. Oh, this is where the meat of the story starts. This guy right here is from the CIA, Special Auxiliary Unit, and his name is E. Foster. He basically takes us in, gives us a little news story about what's going on. This part right here, it goes on for a little bit, but it gives you the most, basically all the information you need to understand the story. In the upper reaches of the Amazon, I don't want to like talk over the, like read this all out loud to you guys. So some old ancient ruins were discovered. Somebody sealed them off. Except this guy. And that's his real name, Gardia de Mew, which is French, I think. But he calls himself the Jaquio. And that's the final boss, and that's the guy I absolutely hate, and it's fucking really annoying. Getting all the information we need here. The temple is not a like god-worshipping place. It's actually there to hold this demon. Trap the demon, or imprison, he says. And the Jaquio is it's like a main antagonist, and he's trying to get these statues and summon the demon lord. When a black moon shines, light and dark break apart, the king of darkness howls. Decode that if you can. It's sort of a secret, you'll learn. Act 6 is probably the hardest act in the entire game. I mean, what's really hard is that in order to kill the last boss, you have to go from Act 6 forward, which means you have to kill 6-1, 6-2, and 6-3. To get to him, you fight him, and you die, and you have 2 lives. Say you have 2 lives, and you die, and you have like 1 and 0 left. He wants us to work for him and come kill the Jaquio. That's what the E-Foster does. So say you get to him and you die with lives left over. You go back to the beginning of 6-1. You don't get to just refight him over and over again. So you have to beat 3 levels to get another shot at him, and it's really fucking annoying. I think in the old game, I'm not sure, in the original one, you actually had to go all the way back to the beginning. This game, you can put a code in and end up at 6-1, which is pretty neat. There we are a parachuting ninja now. And we're in the forest. I guess if I explained everything in detail of what I'm doing here, it would take forever, so try to look at the little things I'm doing. You can go back and watch it if you're trying to follow along or play along. And just slow it down and see what I'm doing. Because it's the easiest pathway I've discovered to get through these levels. This guy right here, you just have to jump and squash with just jump and slash. Isn't that music pretty dope? Music is pretty good in this. Well, I mean, not always, but I thought it'd be, when I was playing it, I thought it'd be cool if somebody did like a remix of the music from this game. And look! It's Disney World! It's the Magic Kingdom! No. That's the evil temple in the Amazon that we're trying to get to. It's a pretty cool cinematic picture there. This level can be difficult. It's important to note that there is another jump and slash at the end of the level, so if you lose it, you can get it back pretty easily. Pretty sure it's good to have, because the boss in this section is called Kelberos. It's a two dogs. And if you have a jump and slash for that guy, it basically makes it a joke. If you don't, it's kind of hard. Right there, I used this little time freeze to get through this zone. I mean, this just comes from playing this over and over again. I've done this numerous times. I know what and where to jump. See, I almost die here because the birds just keep spawning and the bats too. But I saved it. I saved it, dog. Don't you worry. I saved that shit. I keep trying to keep the windmill power. It comes in really handy. This section, this 4-3, will be pretty hard to start out, but after you play it a lot, you'll understand this is actually one of the easiest sections in the game, difficulty-wise. Like, there's not a lot to do except jumping. As long as you know that, you'll be good. What are these guys called? These little, called like sword fighters or knife throwers, that's what they're called. Little knife throwers are really annoying. Sometimes they toss a knife and it just follows you all the way across your screen. These are commandos, I think. I don't think the enemies actually have a real name. That's just sort of what I've called them, or what I've heard them called. These guys, I think I call these guys Johnny Cage. They just, or Bruce Lee. There was this Bruce Lee game for the SNES where he did this kick, or that spinning kick, just like that you saw up there. And they remind me of him so much. Those are serpent statues or serpent gunners. I don't know what they call me. I think they want to see serpent turrets. Turrets, my bad. Serpent statues. Oh man. This boss actually has two projectiles, two forms, and one of them you can kill, and the other one you can't. It doesn't take any damage. So you have to know which one it is to attack. When you start, it's the first one on the left in the room. So watch right here. So use the jump and slash on the normally you have to just sort of follow them around the room. The best strategy is to hide underneath these two pegs. What are they? Two pegs. Sorry about that, my screen went blank. And now we finally meet the Jaquio. And he looks hideous. He looks like Jabba the Hutt, motherfucker. Ryu! It's that lady who shot you, and now you have no choice but to let her die, right? That's what you do, right? He wants the statue, the shadow statue that Ryu has. He already has the white one from when he killed Ken, or supposedly killed him. Here Ryu falls for the classic trapdoor. What a douche. What is that guy gonna stab her with? An ice pick right there? No idea. She looks hideous, by the way. I'm not attracted to her at all. She needs a makeover. Someone did this girl a makeover. She's not your typical damsel in distress. And he plans to rebirth the Demon Lord. And he looks really weird and creepy. laughs at you like that. That'll be the end of episode 2 of my Let's Play for Ninja Gaiden. Stay tuned for Act